Millions of Bangladeshis have left home and made new homes all over the world. You and I have both met people who have been persuaded to leave their homes because they want a better life, but also because of climate-induced disasters, right? Storms have wiped away their homes, their lands, their livelihoods. They have left. In your view, is there a need for countries to create new, safe pathways for people who are displaced by climate disasters?
See, you again bring me back to this narrow issue of one country. We are talking about our home, planet. We have to save the planet. You can do a little bit here, save somebody who is victim of the flood. That doesn't save the planet. If you want to save the planet, you have to think in the planet terms, that we are all responsible for all the things that happen. Some are more responsible because they're creating more waste. Some are more responsible, they use more fossil fuel. Some are more responsible because they create more of the things that are bad for the planet. So it's called global environment that we have to talk about.
Global migration is a big issue.
Is it temporary issue?
Yes.
It's a temporary issue because I'm trying to save myself. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about how you live, how somebody. All I want to save myself. This is unsafe place, so I go someplace else.
And many people are taking unsafe passages, taking a real risk because there aren't safe pathways.
Sure.
So I want to come back on this question with you. Should there be new safe pathways for migration?
Nobody will disagree with that. When you say safe and unsafe. Nobody goes for unsafe. Everybody goes for safe. Yeah, sure. So that's an obvious answer.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to quickly turn, because we're running out of time, I'm going to quickly turn to what's going on at home in Bangladesh. There have been, as you know better than anyone, instances of street justice, mob justice. There's been concern that people will be punished. There will be vengeance for their political beliefs. You yourself have been a victim of what you've called politically motivated cases. So how do you ensure that justice is blind in this transition?
Yeah, we just moved away from environment.
We did.
we
went to the
else.
Political environment. Yes.
We'll go to the political environment. Yes, there was a huge revolution. Young people were shot. Hundreds of them were killed by the police. And out of that came emergence of a power of the young people together with the citizens of whole country, brought down the regime that existed, which caused all the misery in the country, destroyed all the institutions in the country. So they got rid of them. The leader of the political party who created this left the country, and they created a new environment where they want to create a new Bangladesh. They were saying that we just pushed the reset button. Our old country is done, finished. We don't want to have anything to do with it. We build a new Bangladesh. So that's the new Bangladesh they're talking about. Establish rule of law and justice, and reform all the institutions that we have, which have been destroyed by the previous generation, previous regime. So this is what is happening in Bangladesh right now.
You are heading the interim government. What have you done yourself to ensure that justice is blind, that there isn't politically motivated vengeance?
Well, as a government, this is your responsibility. So it doesn't add anything extra to that. And nobody is victim of political victimization of this nature in Bangladesh right now. Those who are guilty, they left the country. So the people who are there is still, nobody is saying you belong to this old party, so you should be punished. Nobody is saying that.
Well, there have been instances of street justice.
I think if you have that street justice, this is exaggerated news that you are getting.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can tell you. So I invite all the reporters to come there and yourself invited because you have been there in Bangladesh many times, find out in a specific case. This is the case, this is the person. Yeah.
Okay. You have said your previous leaders, many of them have left the country.
Yeah.
Should the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina be extradited to face trial?
Why shouldn't be? If she has committed crime, she should be extradited and brought to justice. You are just pleading the justice. She should be facing the justice too.
Okay.
Sure.
You have said that you wish to have elections as soon as possible.
That's true.
Can you say approximately when do you think elections should be held?
It shouldn't be too far, within a reasonable time limit.
What's a reasonable time limit?
We have the reform agenda. So in the reform agenda, what we do is we right now have 6 commissions engaged to reform the election commission, reform the justice system, reform police system, and so on and so forth. So there are 6 commissions now working. They are asked to submit their report in 3 months, what needs to be done. So there will be a blueprint of actions of reform, and this will be shared with all the political parties. If they think these can be done, it will be done. If they say, no, this part you leave alone for the elected government, we'll leave it for the elected government. So that's the time limit we need.
6 months, did you say?
I have no idea how much time.
Okay.
3 months. We
3 months.
We gave the time to 3 months to the
3
commission.
months.
And then report comes out. Then the question of negotiation and discussions so that we come to a consensus so that we can hold an election. That's it.
So what needs to be in place? I know you can't say exactly when, but what needs to be in place for elections to happen? First, these commissions need to produce their reports. And what else?
Election commission has to be reformed according to the recommendation of the commission. And voter list has to be prepared, whatever time it needs. That's it.
Is there any chance that you would run for office?
Do I look like someone who will run? I'm not in the running business at all.
There is no chance that you would run for office?
No way, no way. That's not me.
Well, I thank you very much for coming and for taking our questions.